Hey guys, Super Sarah here. I am doing another tag video. This one is the 5 embarrassing moments tag. Miss Nerdy Wordy Quirky almost messed that up. She's the one who tagged me. I'm gonna put her channel link in the description along with the 3 people that I'm going to tag myself. So these are 5 embarrassing questions, and I get to answer them publicly here on YouTube. Yay! Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it and tell you guys my little embarrassing moments, alright? So, number 1, have you ever fallen down in public? Yes, I have. The most embarrassing one that stands out the best in my mind is when I was pregnant with my first daughter. I was 22, and it was during the summer, and I had a little sundress on, it looked like, I don't know how far along I was in the pregnancy, but it looked like I had a basketball where my stomach should have been. I had this big round belly, and I was in this dress, and I had sandals on, and I was going to get movie tickets. I don't remember the movie now. So I get out of my car, I get to the parking lot of the movie theater, I get out of my car, I start walking, and I don't remember if I stepped down, and that's how I lost my balance, or, I mean, I had a big belly, so I might have just lost my balance, or if I tripped on something. I don't remember exactly how the falling happened, but I went down, and it wasn't bad. I was kind of more like in a squatting type position, skinned my knee up, but the embarrassing part about the whole thing was when I looked up. So I fell down. Okay, I'll just tell you. Okay, so I trip and I fall down, and I go to stand back up, and I look up, and pretty much everyone who was waiting to buy tickets for the same movie, it seemed like everybody who was in town, there's probably like 20 people. They all came running to help me up. And they had their cell phones out. They were wanting to call an ambulance. They were wanting to know if I was okay. It was so embarrassing, and it caused such a big disruption. It was horrible. And then, I had to go and wait in line and get tickets with all these people who just saw me trip and possibly hurt my unborn child. So, anyways, baby was fine. I was okay. Like I said, I remember getting a little bit of a scrape on my knee. Nothing horrible. Just a little traumatic, embarrassing moment that I will remember for the rest of my life. Go me. This is such an awesome tag, guys. So awesome. All right. Second question. Just move right along. Am I turning red yet? I don't feel my face catching fire. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. Number 2, have you ever accidentally exposed a private part of your body? Yes, I have. I don't know how old I was when this happened. Maybe 10 to like 12, somewhere in there. We went to this amusement park that we used to go to all the time. I was with my family, my parents, and my 2 little sisters. It's called Silverwood. It's 1 state over from where I live. Anyways, they have a regular park, with roller coasters and stuff, like the dry park. And then they have the wet part of the park, which is kind of like a Wild Waves. Big slides, big pools, lots of fun stuff. Anyway, I went down a slide. I don't remember if it was the really scary steep one. I don't remember what it is, but it's one of those ones where you would land in this much water. You got this big drop and stuff, and then you get slowed down really quickly. And I was in a 2-piece bathing suit, old enough to be embarrassed and horrified, young enough to where I'm still a kid. But so I go down the slide, and once I hit that water, my bottom part of my bathing suit went right up my bottom crack. It went right up my butt crack, guys. Basically turning my regular bathing suit bottom into like a thong, like a big wedgie. And so And I felt it happen. I mean, it was an obvious, apparent thing to me. But then I had to stand up and pull my wedgie out in front of my family and everyone else who's standing around waiting for their loved ones to come down the slide. And, seeing my reaction, I got to sit there and dig at it in front of everyone. Oh, I love these questions. All right, number 3. Have you ever been embarrassed in front of a crush? I haven't had a lot of crushes in my life. I've never been a person to really, I don't know, be interested in other people, I guess. I know that sounds kind of rude, but I've just never been one of those people. I have, however, done a ton of embarrassing things in front of my now husband. One we actually just talked about yesterday. It got brought up randomly, and so it's at the forefront of my mind, so I'm going to tell you about this. So, I was older than 16. I might have been 16 or 17 when this happened. I was probably 16 because I had gained more knowledge of vehicles as I drove, as I learned. Anyway, so I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm at my parents' house, and my dad had been telling me for a week, every day, multiple times, that I need to put more oil in my car. And I had this little Dodge Neon. And he's like, the oil container's in the trunk of your car. You need to put oil in it. He's, Janie, did you remember to put oil in your car? Yeah, my parents call me by my middle name, which is Jane. I just gave you guys some more info on my life. So he had kept asking me over and over again. And, I had school and I was working and didn't really feel the need to be bothered with it. But he had said it this particular day, and I was like, okay, fine, I'm just going to go do it. So I go get in the trunk of my car, and I had 2 containers in there, and neither one of them were marked. And I didn't want to go back inside and be like, hey, so I'm finally doing it now. Which one's the right container? Because then he would have to come out. He'd probably just end up doing it for me and get mad at me. So I grabbed one of them, and I started pouring it into my oil container. So smart enough to know how to do it. The color that came out of the container was a neon color. Didn't look the way that, I don't know how I thought oil looked back then, but it didn't look right to me. So I was smart enough to realize, informed enough to realize that there was something kind of wrong, but not smart enough to not continue pouring it until it was full. Took the container back inside to my dad because it was empty. I told him that I did it. He's looking at me in shock. We come to the conclusion that I had poured coolant in my oil container. And not a little bit. I filled the thing up with coolant. So then I had to call, I think it was Shucks. I called them and I said, hey, so I'm pretty sure I just poured, I don't remember the conversation exactly, but it was something like, hey, I'm pretty sure I just poured a bunch of coolant in my oil container. Should I just bring it down and have you guys, fix the problem for me or something? And of course the guy's like, don't turn on your engine. You're going to blow your car. You can't take it anywhere. You're going to have to just empty it yourself, which I know nothing about how to do this. My dad doesn't know how to do this. We've always taken our vehicles in to get them serviced and maintained. So I called my boyfriend, who is now my husband, and I had to tell him what I had done, which of course he thought was hilarious, but he did. He came over and he helped me, and I thought it was really amazing and whatever, but yeah, very embarrassing. And of course, I skipped this part. I'm going to tell you now. While I'm talking to the guy on the phone, and he's telling me that I can't leave, I can hear the other guys in the background laughing hysterically at what I had done. So, embarrassed with my dad. Not as bad because he was more angry and surprised, but then I was really embarrassed when I had to call them, and then even more embarrassed when I had to call my boyfriend and say, so, I'm an idiot. This is what I just did. Is there any way you can come fix this? Do you know how to do this? Yeah, so there's that one. Okay, Number 4, have you ever gotten stage fright or had an embarrassing performance? Um, well, I don't usually get stage fright. I liked speech and debate. I was in drama. Um, I don't mind performing in front of people. I don't really like being put on the spot. But there was, so in elementary school every year they would have this, oh, what was it called? Anyways, I don't remember. It was like a talent show sort of thing. I can't remember what exactly they called it, but it was a talent show. So kids of all grades could do something, whatever they wanted to do. They could sing or act or put on a show or whatever in front of, mostly parents and faculty members and stuff would come and watch it. It's usually like after school hours. And I was in a band. I was like maybe, I don't even remember. It might have been third or fourth grade. I don't remember exactly how old I was, like the year. But anyway, a couple of, I think it was like 3 other girls and we would hang out at each other's houses. We would spend the night at each other's houses here and there. And we came out with a band called the Mutts. The Mutts, like a dog. And we were just playing around, messing around. And I don't know, I was not the leader by any means. I don't even remember what I did, to be honest. I don't remember any of the lyrics of our songs, but someone in our band got the great idea to enter this talent show. And I immediately knew once we got up on stage that it was not something that I should be doing, that it was going to be really embarrassing. And I don't know, we might have it on videotape. I'm not sure. But I don't remember it going over very well. I don't have a great singing voice, and I don't know if I was singing. I don't remember what I was doing. But I just remember being up there and the whole time, like, just feeling stupid. So, kind of embarrassing. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing, guys. I was a kid. But anyways, there's that. Sorry it's not a funnier story. I don't remember that much about it. But I do remember just being up there and being like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever did. Why am I up here? I could be doing all kinds of other things with my life. This is not something that I should be doing forever. Not a groupie, guys. I'm not somebody who should be in a band. I did play the clarinet, and I wasn't bad at that. But besides that, I don't know what I'm doing. Number 5. Yes, last one. Have you ever been drunk? Yes, I have. I have been drunk a few times in my life. I had my first beer when I was 19. Yeah, I was 19. I thought maybe I was 20, but I think I was 19. Pretty sure. And funny situations with alcohol. My mom's gonna watch this. Don't be mad at me, Mom. So at one point, it was before I turned 21, so I was probably about 20, 19 or 20. My sisters, who are younger than me, called me and they were at a party, and I went to go pick them up, and them and all of their friends were obviously drunk, like just freaking out. I had just gotten off of work, so I was tired, I was mad, I just wanted to pick them up and take them home, and by the time I had gotten to their house, I guess they decided they didn't want to leave right away. But I was the one driving. I was the one with the car. I was the responsible one. So I was trying to get them to leave with me from these people's house, their friend's family's house. And my sister decided to bring me a can of soda that was open, and I wasn't paying that much attention because I was trying to talk to my other sister, like, hey, we need to go home. I need to get you and take you back to Mom and Dad's house, before they freak out that you're doing this. And my sister hands me this can of pop, and she's like, just hang out for a little and have a drink. And of course, they're all their friends and stuff were, like, yeah, stay for a little bit. Let them stay for a little bit longer. So I started drinking this. Now, mind you, I don't weigh a lot. Not a very big person. I get drunk really easily. I am a lightweight. I'm one of those people. So I take a couple swigs of this, and I ended up hanging out with them the whole night, drunk. I don't remember everything that I did, but I did see pictures the next day, and they were laughing, and it was pretty embarrassing. At some point, I ended up on the kitchen island dancing with their friends. I guess if you can't beat them, join them. Yeah, but it wasn't enough alcohol for me to have noticed or to have been able to taste it right away. I don't know at what point I realized that they had dosed me, but I did notice it, and I guess it was too late. I don't know. So there we go. That is my 5 answers, and this video is so long. I'm so sorry, guys. Alright, so I get to tag 3 people to answer these questions, and I hope you guys don't hate me. Okay, so the first one is going to be Ray Ray. I'm tagging you again. You have to do it. Haha. Let's hear your embarrassing moments. Oh, that might be bad. Her and I have been drunk together. Oh, what have I done? Alright, fine. Ray Ray. Ray Ray. Okay. And yeah, again, I will link all 3 of these people in the description below. The second one is El Hombre Gordo. I would like to hear some of your embarrassing moments, sir. So, you have been tagged. And the third one is Geeky Couple Carnage. I would prefer it to be both of you guys answering these questions. I think that would be a lot of fun. And you'd probably have a video as long as mine. Or maybe even longer. But if only one of you guys can do it, that's fine too. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet. Alright, have fun. Talk to you guys. I will see you guys through my phone later. Alright, bye!